Aloha, my beautiful soul surfers. Catch the energy waves of the upcoming week for a transformative ride to your higher self. Aloha. If this is your first time tuning in here, my name is May. I'm an energy wave savant, intuitive witch, and digital empath. And using the principles of Hawaiian philosophy and a blend of shamanic and energy work techniques, I guide empathic and highly sensitive entrepreneurs in navigating the energies they encounter daily. Together, we unlock your true self and unleash your divine brilliance. Aloha, my wonderful soul. Thank you for tuning in to this week's reading for the energy week of January 22nd. We have a couple of things to deal with, and I'm going to bring them to you. Again, for those of you watching on YouTube, I'm testing a couple of things of doing the reading a little bit different so that on one hand you can see things, but also I can feel lightness while I'm doing them because I want to be very focused on the reading itself. And the way I've been doing it was a good try, but it doesn't feel right. So and I'm just sharing this with you because I hope that you can be inspired of this for yourself, that sometimes we need to try a couple of things before it truly feels, the right way for us. All right, I have a couple of things to share with you guys today. That's why I am switching to the presentation. So in case you're watching, tune in here. In case you're listening in, don't worry, I'll read it to you. I'll read the most important parts to you. And if you want to have more details, come on over to my YouTube channel to watch it there. Again, also all these changes I'm doing is hopefully to be able to share, this a little bit more. I'm trying to fit it in the day by day and everything that I'm doing, which is incredible. I have so much that is coming up this year to share with you, especially from the digital world, that I want to share with all of you, because I find it's an interesting shift, and it's helpful for us to understand. But again, I'm still figuring out how I'm going to do this best for you. So I hope you can bear with me and stay with me, stay tuned for me to show you more of how, the digital world can be helpful in everything that we do, even in spiritual things. There's like, oh my God, that's incredible of what AI is supporting us with, and again, with everything that's coming there, energetically, we can connect in such an incredible level, even with our computers and with our, everything digital that we have. That I have, I've seen it before, but now, especially since AI has come up in, in my personal world and in my work world, it's incredible. And, I'm going to share this part with you guys. And ever since I started, with energy work in general, I've always, I've been watching, and, ever since I started, diving deep into the Hawaiian philosophies, I was taught, from Hawaiian teachers how everything around us is energy, and we can connect to it. Connecting to a room, to a space is the same as connecting to our car. How many of you guys have named your car? How many of you guys have given something an energy? And it's the same thing, with the AI, with computers, with all the technology that's helping us. We can set the intention, we can be connected, and we can get amazing support. So just to give you that for the future. The reason why I call myself the digital empath as well. All right, my beautiful ones. So before we dive in, I think I did it last time too. I want to share with you, the energies that we're having right now, and they're not easy energies. I know there's a lot going on, a lot of things happening. A lot of souls are leaving the planet. That's the first thing that I need to say. And I know that, and sometimes it's a little bit hard for us, to go through that, because it means also for us going through grievances. But on the other hand, we're also having a lot of tumult. Is it called tumult? A lot of things happening worldwide, politically wide. There's like, wow, it's like the universe decided, okay, right now let's get started strongly. Let's really go strong into this year so that the rest can be a little bit more calm. And we are starting with amazing energy. So I'm going to start with this. So right now, this reading is going to be for a week of this 22nd. And I just realized that I forgot to take out this upper part. Doesn't matter. Okay, so we're starting on January 22nd, and we're diving right in. On the 23rd, we have Venus entering Capricorn, bringing a focus on stable and loyal relationships. So that might be a thing coming in there. And then we have the full moon on the 25th in Leo, may bring an increase in confidence and desire for recognition. All right. So here we are diving into, doing. It's about doing. It's about getting out there. All right. Then we have Uranus goes direct in Taurus, hinting of fundamental changes, especially related to finance and stability. The Sun in Aquarius squares Jupiter in Taurus, advising caution against overconfidence. So this is a little counterintuitive to what we're going to get from the moon. So again, it feels like it's a roller coaster. So, as I always say, the more we ground ourselves, the better, the more stable we're going to be able to go through these kinds of times. And on the 27th of January, we have Mercury in Capricorn conjunct Mars in Capricorn, making it a great day for business negotiations and reputation building. All right. So remember the 27th, all right, of January. Okay. So that's the most important parts for this week. And then we have a portal day on the 24th, which is right before the full moon. So we're going to have the portal day, and then we're going to have the full moon. And as always, of course, I'm going to do the reading for that. You'll see, I'll talk about this in a second. But what I wanted to share with you guys here is, and this is why I'm saying it's sort of like a time to buckle up, because this is not the last week of January, but almost, and then we're going to have just a couple of days, and then we're jumping into February, a portal day. How would you call that? Chain, because it's from February 3rd until February 12th. We're going in and out. We're going through a chain of portal days, which means I think we usually have like 2 of those throughout the year. I think I've only had 1 year where it was 3 times. And it's a very strong time for things to show up. So we're already getting in there, just for you to know. Again, this is not to frighten or anything. This is just to inform you that you can use those days to actually see where healing needs to be done. All right. But for this week, for the reading that we're doing, it's January 24th. And we have the full moon on the 25th, which is, I always love full moons, because lunar events can influence so many aspects of us. We can do so many things on emotional levels, on relationships, on personal growth. We can, connect to the moon and have the moon help us. And especially for us women out there, but I don't want to, discriminate for the men as well, because we are all connected with the water in our bodies to the moon. All right. So it's a good time for personal development. So use that for yourself. We're going to see, in the reading how that goes. And I'm going to come back to you now. Aloha, beautiful ones. All right. So the way I'm doing this is we're going to do one reading. If you've known from the past times, I have the decks right in front of me. So I'll show you the cards. We have one deck for the full moon. All right. We have one deck for the full moon. We have one deck for the portal day on the 24th. And then we have one deck for the cards in general. Then we have on the left-hand side, we have this beautiful little shell. So if you resonate with this shell, that's going to be your personal message pile. And we have a second one with this beautiful stone. I'm grateful to my friend who I'm visiting for lending me these things. So if you resonate with this wonderful sort of like sandy stone, and weirdly, don't laugh, but it called me, like it really almost screamed at me that wanted to be on the decks, was a little piece of ginger. So if you resonate with the energy of ginger, then maybe that's your personal message. All right, so we have these 3 card decks down here. And as you know, I like to get started with the strongest one of them all, which is the full moon that we have on the 25th. because it's always very, it's out there. It's very strong, all right? So we're going to get started with these. We have 3 wonderful cards, and we're going to get started with the affirmation from Gabby Bernstein. Again, if you like these cards, check the description below. You'll see all the links to the cards. All right, I feel my way into faith one step at a time. I'm feeling like we had that card last week. I'm feeling my way into faith one step at a time. All right. I feel my way into faith one step at a time. I feel like it doesn't, when this card appears, it's like it's telling us someone, or probably, connecting to that part inside of us that is not in faith right now. Because I know we're humans and we doubt. Every now and then we have phases where we doubt. Even me, I've done so much personal development and stuff, and I still have moments that come up where I feel that, that doubt of, either the universe or myself or whatever, which is just a cry for help that we need to heal something, right? So see it as that. See it as your body telling you. So when this card comes up, don't stress yourself. You're allowed to go one step at a time. You don't have to, rush things, all right? All right, the next 2 cards are 2 of the ancestor cards. Aww. All right, apparently we need it. So for everybody, we have Mother Earth up here. We have Mother Earth, Earth Mother, feel loved and comforted, all right? So maybe someone out here feels that there's, you might be feeling lonely. I was actually talking to a dear friend that felt a little bit sort of like loneliness. So don't worry, Mother Earth is waiting, is holding you, will always take care of you, all right? Remember that we are beings that came from Mother Earth. And last but not least, from the full moon, trust in higher forces with the shaman, all right? We have the shaman here that is helping us and reminding us to trust in higher forces, meaning trust the universe, have faith, trust in the universe, all right? Earth Mother is there to take care of you. There's always going to be enough for you. You just need to allow. I know it sounds like as if it's so easy, but you allow it as often as you can. The more and more you allow this, the better the universe and your spirit guides will be able to help. So trust in the higher forces that are taking care of you. All right. The next pile that we have is for the portal day, and we have 3 cards as well. Here we have my personal cards, which I love, that I have created in my Etsy shop so that you can purchase them and print them out for yourself. So in case you want to, same thing, you'll find the link below. And I feel like we've had this card last time. I feel like there's a lot of repetition from last week, and trust me, I did shuffle them a lot before, putting them down here. But apparently the universe thinks that we need to hear this again. So the card that we're having here is Unlimited. And Unlimited wants to remind us that we are boundless, energetic beings. Remember, this power is within you. You are an unlimited being. So the portal day wants to remind you of your unlimitlessness. All right, I hope I just said it right. All right, the next one is an affirmation card that says, to begin the practice of allowing, I must get out of the way and let spirit give me directions. Do you see how this portal day fits very well with the full moon? It's about, allow spirit to tell you what you have to do. Stop, because this is one of the things that I've realized, again, for myself and with my clients, that a lot of the times we think we need to put our head in the first, that we need to explain everything with our head first before actually waiting for the information to come in through us, to us, right? All right, and the next one that we have here from the portal day is the Shield Maiden, meaning make plans and focus. Make plans and focus, my beautiful soul, all right? Meaning, again, here we go, all right. So We're reminded to be unlimitless. We're reminded to follow the directions, the guidance that we have. And with that guidance, make your plan and refocus again. And I love that this is coming up, especially at the time that we're having right now, with so many things happening on so many levels. It means the more you refocus yourself on where you want to be, you know, it's not going to be happening that you're going to be all over the place and that you're going to be, you know, falling off and down everywhere. All right. It's about, you know, refocusing for you to be, you know, grounded and to have that energy for yourself. All right. To be focus on where you want to go. Give yourself goals where you want to go and follow them. All right. You may change directions, but as long as you do that from an aligned way and not from what we had to, you know, don't let your mind play tricks on you. Okay. Beautiful. All right. Let's go with the general card for this week. General cards that we have for all of us. All right. So these are for all of us. And I just realized something. I'll tell you in a second. So let's do the general cards. We have here, live your life. Don't be passive. Take care of things. Start to create, visualize, and feel. All right, my wonderful soul. Take your time. Live your life. Don't be passive. Start doing. All right. I always also like to say, live your life and don't let life live you. Meaning, sometimes it's just we need to make our part. All right. And the next card that we're having for the overall day is I slow down and listen to the guidance that's available to me. I slow down and listen to the guidance that is available to me. All right. So within all of this, see how it's coming together, how we are right in there in the guidance. Always come back to the guidance. What are spirits telling you? Where are they guiding you? All right. And the last card for the general week that we have is the arrow. Surround yourself with protective energy. All right. And for the ones of you that have been following me for some time, you know that I'm not a big fan of protection, because I do believe that if we work on ourselves, we don't need the protection itself. But for me, this is sort of like focus on yourself. Bring the focus back to you. The best protection that you can have is bringing the focus back to you, to your true self, to who you are. All right. So these are the general cards. And I just realized one thing, because, you know, I connect to spirits before I get started here. And then I connect with spirit again when I do the reading. And apparently today they didn't want me to up until right now, because they just reminded me. So before I dive into the personal cards that everybody has, I want to call in the full moon energy, the portal energy, and overall all the spirit guides of everybody listening or tuning in on YouTube here to this reading, or maybe even reading on the blog. I want to call in all the spirit guides supporting all the ancestors and help us have the right words for everybody to understand. Help us find the right words for everybody to understand whatever they need to know for the energies of the week. All right, my beautiful soul. If you resonated with this wonderful show, then these are your personal messages, and we're getting started with the universe says yes, meaning the universe never says no. Pay attention to your overall energy because it is mirrored by the universe. All right. So here we go. What the general card said about focusing. Focus yourself into the direction where you want to go. The next card that we have for you is the Lord. Take charge with authority. All right, my beautiful soul, take charge with authority. Important. Okay, remember, you can do that. You have the power. So take charge with authority. Go into the direction where you need to go. And the last card that we have for you is Mary Magdalene, Teacher Awakens. You have something important to share. Follow the inner call and don't let anything stop you. And I love, again, here when this card comes up, because it wants to, it wants to tell you, I love the teacher part, because this is also one of the things that it took me a while to understand, because I always felt like, oh no, you have to, like, if you want to pass this on, everything that if you want to, as an empath, work energetically, that the universe is going to want you to be a coach or a teacher or something like that. But it's not always the right path for all of us. Some of us do. I mean, I do. I do understand that up to a certain point it does, but maybe you've noticed that I also have, other purposes where the universe has brought me and taken me to work. And when I'm there, I'm also working as, it's not just working, it's also, being my empath self and, transforming energies in that workspace that I have as well, not just in the teaching field, but also in there, like, for example, with the digital world, I'm there with the digital world, supporting and building the bridge between the spiritual and the digital world. That's me, that's my purpose. That's how the universe made me to be here to support in that energy. So if you are having this calling to, for teacher, you might go like, oh man, you know what, I don't want to be a teacher, or I don't want to, I don't see myself as a teacher. That's okay. Don't see it just necessarily only as a teacher, but see it as there is your gift and you want to bring it out. And maybe it's time to intertwine it with whatever you're doing, with whatever your work is. Maybe it's art, maybe it's healing, maybe it's something completely different. But whatever it is, it's your energy that wants to come out, that wants to manifest itself, materialize itself to the outside world. All right? Okay. If you resonated with this wonderful sandstone, and this is your personal card, and these are your messages. We're going to get started for you with, you are strong. Don't make yourself smaller than you are. You have an incredible creative energy within you. Remember the things you have achieved and created so far. Beautiful. All right? You are strong, my wonderful soul. Remember that. It's so important. And the next one that we have for you is the Sage. Be devoted and committed. Be devoted and committed. Be devoted and committed. And I think I have said it whenever this card comes up. Because for me, whenever this comes up, is of course being devoted and committed means towards someone else. But I feel that especially for us empaths, it's about coming back to ourselves, reconnecting with ourselves. Because a lot of us empaths have learned, like a lot of the times when I work with my empaths, and I ask them how are they, and they always have an excuse or an explanation about someone else. So it's about coming back. So be committed to yourself, to your own growth, to your own development, and the more you do that, you're going to be an amazing shining star lighthouse for your community. Trust me, it feels counterintuitive because it's, oh my God, I have to take care of myself and I'm not allowed to take care of others. You're always allowed to take care of others. But what I don't want you to burn out taking care of others. That's why I want you to always come back to you. All right? Very important distinction. And the third card that I have for you, my wonderful soul, is the Divine Director, Intervention and Purpose. Divine intervention is occurring. Know that you're being guided. Happiness is your purpose. All right? Happiness is your purpose. Happiness is your purpose. So dive into that, my wonderful soul. Happiness is your purpose. Follow whatever feels good and happy and light, whatever feels good for you. Follow that. Okay, if anything, if you're like, oh, May, I don't feel me being strong. It's okay. You don't have to right now. I just want you to know that you are. You don't have to feel it right now, but just know that you are. All right. Know that and the more committed you get with yourself, and the more you follow happiness and flow, you're going to see that it makes such big changes in your life. All right, because I truly believe all of us empaths, and not just all of us empaths, because I believe every human being is an empath. It's just not all of them know. But those of us who know, I want you all to know that you are able to do so many wonderful things because you're conscious of the energies, all right? And the more committed you are to yourself, to learning all of this energetic things that are happening, you're going to be able, and we are going to be able to create a magical planet. You're going to see. I'm trusting in that. All right, if you resonated with this wonderful, wonderful Ginger, I'm so happy that this Ginger screamed out that to me and is here with us today. So if that resonated with you, then these are your personal cards. And we're starting for you with make room for it. Letting go is a form of creativity because at this moment we create space for something new. Ooh, I love this. This is actually one of my favorite cards because I'm a huge fan of letting go. And I'm not saying that I'm perfect at it. I think we all need our time for certain things to let go of them. But I do love every time I realize, oh my God, yes, I'm ready and I'm letting it go right now. Like, here it is. Thank you. You know, and the more we do, because when we let go of something or someone or some energy, we're creating more space for something new. And that's a beautiful thing. And I've lived it. I've had so many wonderful moments where I let go of something and then suddenly something magically opened. And it's been, wow, an amazing ride doing so every time. That's why I actually, you know, it's sort of intertwined with me working on fears every time. So it was a goal for me at a certain time to release and let go of certain fears. Wonderful. The more I realize where I have a fear, I'm like, okay, challenge accepted, and now I'm gonna see how I can, you know, let go or transform or release that energy happening there. And it's amazing what happens afterwards. It's amazing. That's why whenever I am aware of fears, I'm like, yeah, it's okay. Maybe not right now, maybe not today, maybe not this week, but we're working on it. And it just feels brilliant when you start doing that. All right, your next card from our ancestors is the Trader. Exchange energy to create abundance. So who resonates with this card? Do you resonate with this card? Exchange energy to create abundance. For you, if you resonated with the Ginger, that's your card, meaning something that you can do. What can you do energetically to change, to come into the feeling of abundance that is out there? That is something for you. And last but not least, we have for you the Holy Amethyst, Divine Alchemy, move beyond current challenges, focus on what you desire. Here we go, my wonderful one. All right, move beyond, make room for it, move beyond, trade your energy to create abundance, and then move beyond the challenge and focus on what you desire. I love this because in your case, you're here, you're right there, with the general cards that we had. They are telling you to bring you there, to bring you into that strength so that you can relax into the guidance and follow that guidance. Well, my beautiful ones, I hope you enjoyed today's reading as much as I did. It's very interesting. It's going to be amazing. It was a little bit different than the other times, but I hope that you can take away the most of it, because this is really, it's about so much having that full moon this month. Next month is going to be an incredible ride as well. I've been looking into everything earlier today, but we're going to get to that later. As for now, thank you so much for tuning in, my wonderful cosmic friends. Drop a comment and shoot me an email if you want to share your aha moments from today. I always love to hear them. And how the cards spiced up your week. How did they support you? How did they help you? All right, and as always, I'd like to end with one quote. Today I'm quoting Benjamin Franklin. Energy and persistence conquer all things. And before I repeat that, thank you so much for tuning in. Have an amazing, magical week. Enjoy everything about it. And just think a little bit about this wonderful sentence from Benjamin Franklin. Energy and persistence conquer all things. Energy and persistence conquer all things.